Popped yesterday's leftovers into the microwave without thinking twice. Maybe some rice, potatoes, or chicken. Well, not all foods are safe to reheat, and that's especially true if you're over 60. Welcome to Health and Vigor, where we share practical tips on health, nutrition and aging gracefully for strong, wise individuals like you who want to stay active, independent and thriving. If you enjoy learning how to support your body and mind as the years go by, go ahead and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone you care about. Today's video could make a real difference in your daily life. We're going to reveal which common foods you should never reheat because they can cause food poisoning, inflammation, or even silently steal your energy and clarity of mind, and which ones actually get more nutritious and helpful when properly warmed up. Yes, some leftovers can improve your digestion, boost your immune system, and even support heart health when reheated the right way. But others, they turn into hidden dangers, especially as your immune system becomes more sensitive with age. So stick around until the end, because you're going to learn 3 risky foods you should never reheat, and 3 smart foods you definitely should. If you like to prep meals ahead of time or rely on leftovers for convenience, this video is for you. Grab a notebook or open your notes app. These tips could help you feel better and even extend your lifespan. And before we dive in, hit that subscribe button here on Health and Vigor, like this video, and share it with someone who's always heating up leftovers without thinking twice. Let's walk this journey of healthy aging together. Ready? Let's begin. Now that you know why reheating food can be risky, let's get to the point. Which 3 foods should never be reheated? They may look innocent, part of everyday meals, but they come with hidden health risks, especially for seniors. Pay close attention, because the first one is extremely common. Rice. It might look harmless, but rice is actually one of the most dangerous foods to reheat, especially if it hasn't been stored properly. Most people think it's fine to just pop cold rice into the microwave and call it a day, but here's the reality. Cooked rice can contain spores of a bacteria called Bacillus cereus. These spores survive the cooking process, and if the rice is left out too long, they can multiply. The worst part, reheating doesn't destroy the toxins these bacteria produce. If you've ever had nausea, stomach cramps, or a bit of diarrhea after eating leftover rice, this could be the reason. And for those of us over 60, the risk is even higher. Our digestive and immune systems aren't as strong as they used to be, making it harder to fight off these invisible threats. Plus, reheated rice often becomes dry or mushy, making it harder to chew and digest. This can lead to bloating, gas, and poor absorption of nutrients. Not ideal, especially as we age. So what should you do? If you must save rice, cool it quickly, refrigerate it within an hour, and eat it within 24 hours. But honestly, the safest route is simple. Avoid reheating rice altogether. Cook a fresh batch, your body will thank you. And that leftover rice sitting in your fridge, it might not be as innocent as it seems. Have you ever reheated rice without a second thought? If so, drop a 1 in the comments. Let's share, learn, and stay healthy together. 2. Potatoes. Let's talk about another everyday favorite that can turn dangerous: potatoes. They seem harmless, baked, mashed, or roasted, but if they're not stored properly, they can become a real health risk, especially when reheated, like ishii. Rice potatoes are rich in starch, and once cooked, they're vulnerable to bacterial growth if left at room temperature for too long. The biggest concern here is a rare but serious threat, Clostridium botulinum. This bacteria thrives in warm, low-oxygen environments, like foil-wrapped baked potatoes left out overnight. It can lead to botulism, a severe illness that causes muscle paralysis and is particularly risky for older adults with more fragile immune systems. But that's not the only problem. When potatoes are reheated, especially more than once, their nutritional quality drops, while their glycemic impact can rise. This means blood sugar spikes, which can drain your energy, affect your mood, and complicate health conditions like diabetes or weight gain, all of which become more important to manage after 60. So how can you enjoy potatoes safely? Always. Refrigerate cooked potatoes within 2 hours. Reheat them only once, making sure they're piping hot. But honestly, For peace of mind and better nutrition, it's often best to make a fresh portion instead of relying on yesterday's mash. Remember, just because something looks and smells okay doesn't mean it's safe. And when it comes to your health, especially as you get older, it's better to be cautious than sorry. If you've ever made this mistake before, reheating potatoes the wrong way, go ahead and drop a number 2 in the comments. Sharing your experience might help someone else stay healthy too. 3. Chicken. Now let's move on to a protein that's found in almost every household. Chicken. It's lean, versatile, and perfect for batch cooking. But here's the catch. Reheating chicken can be surprisingly dangerous if done carelessly, and the risks increase with age. Why? Chicken is prone to harboring bacteria like Salmonella and Campylobacter if it's not reheated to the right internal temperature. And unfortunately, many people just toss it in the microwave for a minute or two, not realizing that the heat may not be reaching the center. That's especially risky for seniors whose immune responses and digestive systems tend to slow down over time. Even worse, microwaves reheat unevenly. While the edges of a chicken breast might be scorching hot, the middle could still be lukewarm. And that's a perfect breeding ground for bacteria. Besides the food safety concerns, there's a digestive downside. Reheating chicken multiple times changes the structure of its proteins, making it tougher and harder to break down. This can lead to bloating, discomfort, and reduced nutrient absorption. So what's the smart move? If you really need to reheat chicken, use a meat thermometer to ensure it reaches at least 75 degrees C, 165 degrees C throughout. Stir or flip it to spread the heat evenly, and if possible, avoid the microwave. Use the oven or stovetop instead. Or even better, enjoy cold chicken in a salad or wrap. It's safer and easier on your digestion. Have you ever microwaved leftover chicken without checking the center? If so, type the number 3 in the comments. Let's share our lessons and help one another stay safe and strong as we age. Now that you know which common foods can quietly harm your health when reheated, let's shift gears, because it's not all bad news. In fact, some foods actually benefit from being reheated the right way. Yes, you heard that right. Certain ingredients become even more nutritious, easier to digest, and more powerful when warmed up again. So if you love preparing meals ahead of time or enjoy eating leftovers, these next foods are your new best friends. They're not only safe to reheat, they can actually support your digestion, boost your energy, and even strengthen your heart and brain. Let's take a look at 3 smart foods you should reheat, starting with one that might already be in your fridge. Spinach. Surprisingly, spinach is one of those foods many people avoid reheating for fear of losing nutrients, but when done correctly, it can actually become more beneficial for your body. The key lies in how you store and reheat this nutritious leafy green. Spinach is rich in iron, calcium, magnesium, and vitamins like A, C, and K. When cooked and then reheated the right way, it can offer even better bioavailability of these nutrients, meaning your body absorbs them more efficiently. This is especially helpful for people over 60 who often need extra support for bone health, immunity, and energy. But here's the catch. It's important to refrigerate cooked spinach soon, after preparation, and never leave it sitting out at room temperature for hours. When reheating, use the stovetop on low heat, stirring well to ensure even warming. Avoid using the microwave, as uneven heat can affect the texture and flavor. When handled properly, reheated spinach can be a true source of vitality. Even better, studies show that certain antioxidants found in spinach, like ferulic acid, actually become more active after cooking. That means more protection for your heart, brain, and cells, helping to fight premature aging. So if you usually cook a bit of extra spinach and store it in the fridge, great. Just remember to reheat it the right way, and it will remain a powerful ally for your health. Did you use to avoid reheated spinach? Or are you happy to know it can actually support your nutrition? Comment the number 4 if you're giving spinach another chance. Let's keep making smarter choices and age with strength. Together, sweet potato is a popular choice in many American kitchens, and for good reason. It's an excellent source of essential nutrients like fiber, vitamins A and C, and minerals that promote eye, skin, and immune health. And here's some good news. Sweet potato is a food that should be reheated, as it can actually become even more nutritious when properly heated. When you cook and then reheat sweet potato, it releases more antioxidants, especially vitamin A, which is vital for eye health and the immune system, both of which naturally weaken with age. The best part is, sweet potato is easy to store. Simply cook it and store it in the fridge in an airtight container. When reheating, use the stovetop or oven, as this helps maintain its texture and flavor, avoiding it becoming mushy or bland. Additionally, sweet potato is rich in complex carbohydrates that provide a steady supply of energy without causing blood sugar spikes. This is great for keeping your body energized and helping control hunger throughout the day. For older adults, sweet potato also contains nutrients that help fight inflammation and improve joint health, which is essential for healthy aging. So, if you've cooked a good amount of sweet potato and have leftovers in the fridge, go ahead and enjoy it. It's a wonderful food to reheat, especially when you're looking for a nutritious and tasty meal. Do you usually store and reheat sweet potato? Or are you surprised by its benefits? Comment number 5 if you're going to add more sweet potato to your diet. 3. Vegetable soup. Few meals are as comforting and nourishing as a warm bowl of vegetable soup. And here's the best part. Soups are one of the best foods to reheat. In fact, they often become even more flavorful and nutritious the next day. When you prepare vegetable soup, the vitamins and minerals from the ingredients seep into the broth, turning it into a nutrient-rich source of antioxidants, fiber, and essential compounds that support immunity and cellular repair. And when you reheat it properly, you may actually unlock even more of these nutrients, especially antioxidants, which play a key role in protecting your body from inflammation and aging. Vegetable soup is also packed with fiber, which promotes digestion and helps you feel full longer. For older adults, this is especially important to support gut health, regulate cholesterol, and reduce the risk of heart issues. And let's be honest, vegetable soup often tastes better the next day. The flavors continue to blend and deepen, creating a rich, satisfying meal without the need for extra salt or additives. To get the most out of reheated soup, use the stovetop on low heat and stir occasionally. This ensures even heating and preserves the texture and flavor. Avoid the microwave when possible, since it can heat unevenly and affect the quality. Also, be sure to store leftover soup in a sealed container in the fridge and consume it within 2 to 3 days for the best safety and freshness. So next time you make a hearty pot of vegetable soup, know you're setting yourself up for not just one healthy meal, but several. Do you already store and reheat vegetable soup? Or are you surprised by how much nutrition it keeps when reheated? Comment number 6 if you're going to start enjoying more soups in your weekly meals. Now that you've learned which foods can be safely reheated and which ones are better left alone, you're ready to make smarter choices in your kitchen and protect your health. Remember, proper storage and reheating can be the key to keeping nutrients and avoiding unwanted health risks. Now it's your turn. If you already follow these tips, or if today's video gave you something to think about, tell us in the comments. Comment number 1, if you learned something new. Comment number 2, if you've ever made the mistake of reheating something dangerous. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to Health and Vigor, turn on notifications and share this with a friend who loves leftovers too. Together we're building a community that knows how to age with strength, vitality, and confidence. See you in the next video with more smart tips for your journey of longevity and well-being. Health and Vigor to cure any pain.